Hello, today you're watching me do a speed paint of Dancer Style Meowscarada from Pokemon Unite. Stick around until the end to see the finished result. So let me tell you how I made this. So basically what I'm first drawing out is a wireframe, so when I do the actual art piece, I can have some guidance so it doesn't look bad. I'm drawing it over the top of one of my other Meowscarada fan arts, so I can get the proportions right, because I want to be consistent here. Okay, so I decided to pose this Meowscarada in a pretty position for obvious reasons, and I looked at my other images, my past art, to make sure that the pose that I was doing wasn't copying any other pose. I think it was quite hard to get a good pose. Okay, so anyways, before we move on to the line art, I'd like to tell you what we are drawing next on the art channel. So what I'll be drawing next is a Fennekin from Pokemon to celebrate the announcement of Pokemon Legends ZA. So anyways, now we're on to the line art, and how I do this is just simply trace the wireframe. That's it. I also add like a fur texture, but I don't need to add it to the wireframe. It's because it's quite easy to implement and doesn't need guidance. So now that I've finished talking about the line art, some of you may have a few questions about the Fennekin fan art that's coming up soon. First of all, you may be asking, why couldn't you draw this earlier? Simple, because of my schedule and the fact that these arts take very long to make. And another question that you may be asking is, isn't there going to be like a new group of starters for the Pokemon Legends ZA like Pokemon Legends Arceus? Well, yes, but I just decided to draw Fennekin because it's a Kalos Pokemon. So okay, now we're doing the coloring, and how I do this is use my Meowscarada images to pin the colors so I can actually get accurate colors. It's because it would be a nice attention to detail to have the colors accurate to the source material rather than having me guess the colors. So anyways, in order to color in, I use a lasso tool to highlight areas and to fill them in, and under some circumstances, I may draw the patterns in instead. Okay, so this is a bit off topic, but I just wanted to acknowledge an error. So basically, when I was talking about that new Pokemon game, I was using the American pronunciation rather than the British pronunciation. This was wrong from my standards because I'm a British person. I'm sorry about that, but it doesn't matter that much. So anyways, now we're actually adding in a transparent color. I'm just rubbing all of it out so none of the lines overlap. And now we are doing the shading, and how I do this is using 50 opacity airbrush tools to make the shading look more realistic and to make the art look more 3D and to make it pop out more. Oh, you might have noticed that the shading tools have a slight tint to their colors. Well, it's because to make it look better, it's a minor addition that wasn't needed, but I decided to add it in to make all of these art pieces look better. Like with the coloring, I use a lasso tool to assure that it doesn't go out of the lines. It's because if it went out of the lines, it would look terrible. Okay, since I have nothing else to say about the shading, I just want to tell you this. This art piece actually took longer to develop than the previous ones. It was finished on Friday. So anyways, as and when I'm speaking, I'm editing the video on Saturday. Yes, it took that long. And I'll try and get it out at the 9 PM deadline. But don't worry, unlike the production of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I won't rush it. I will delay it if it has to be delayed. Okay, so now I turn the background grey. It's because, well, some of this Meowscarada's fur is near white in coloration, and when doing the highlights, I want to see it more clearly. It's because I don't want to make a mistake on this art while shading it. That'll make it look terrible. So anyways, now onto the background, and we made it purple and pretty, and it's going to be night sky, and we added some like dark effect to the Meowscarada to make it look more realistic. We're adding some shine effects to certain parts, and we're doing that. And we're going to add some sparkles into the background to make it look more pretty, and here's the finished result. This is a pretty kitty. So anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you're interested in more content like this, then subscribe, and also you can follow my Twitter or X account for these artworks to be published before their videos are published. So anyways, goodbye.